Need some coins or MT for that God Squad you've always wanted? For fast and cheap currency, make sure to check out MMOEXP.com and use code ZERK for 5% off your order.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another Madden Ultimate Team video, and today I'm going to be going over my Madden 23 Ultimate Team Core Elite Safety predictions. Now, with certain positions, I have gone through and done like 18 of them, whatever, and with certain predictions that you guys have seen recently, I've only done the top 10. With safeties, because I am combining free safety and strong safety together, I wanted to do 10, but I feel like it would be disrespectful, honestly, to some of the people that I have on the list to just leave them off after going through and making them. So I've actually got 13 core elite safeties that I think we'll see, the lowest overall being 83. So there will be some other guys that are probably 83 overalls that are not going to be on my list, and then 82s, 81s, and 80s, but I wanted to kind of make it not 25 players. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Josh for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to be shout out in the next video, drop a like in the vid, make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and comment down below, Noti Gang. And also, guys, if you want to check out Underdog Fantasy, you can use code ZERK to match first deposit up to $100 and follow me over on Twitter. I'm actually recording this video on July 4th, and I just hit on my Joey Chestnut special. So if you guys copied me, you won $1,250. So congratulations to those guys that did actually copy my special slip. Huge W there. And also make sure you guys are going to check out the huge giveaway that I'm running over on Twitter as well, which is 5 all Madden editions of Madden 23. You can check that out. Link will be at the top of the comment section. So as I said, guys, I am combining free safety and strong safety. And just so you guys can see the safeties that were in the game this previous year, the highest overalls were Badger and Justin Simmons, both at 86s. We had Buddha, Jesse Bates, Micah Fitzpatrick. You can see, obviously, you know, for free safety and strong safety combined, maybe you would expect to see, you know, a little bit more than this, but there were a little bit over 20 base elite safeties in the game, and no 87s, no 88s. Let's get into this. So let's start off the safeties list, and starting off at free safety, we have Xavier Mckinney. So Xavier Mckinney definitely had a really good season, and I think he's going to start the year off with a plus 10 overall up to a 93. He had 59 solo tackles and 5 interceptions. Definitely had a very good season. I personally think he solidified himself as one of the better safeties in the NFL. Maybe I have him ranked too high at 83. As I said, there are a lot of pretty good, like, decent safeties that were only 80s, 81s, 82s, whatever, but I feel like maybe they'll give him a nice boost to 83. Next up, we have Jamal Adams. Now, Jamal Adams last year was at 83 overall, and in 2020, he had 83 total tackles, 9.5 sacks, which was crazy. He had 1 forced fumble and 0 interceptions. Now, in 2021, he had 87 total tackles, and keep in mind, he actually played in 12 games both seasons, same amount of games. He had 0 sacks, though, so obviously a huge drop from 9.5 to 0, and didn't have a forced fumble. However, he had 2 interceptions, which is his career high. So although he dropped a ton in terms of sacks, and I would not necessarily be surprised to see Jamal Adams maybe fall out to be an 81, 82, I think maybe they'll just keep him at 83. Next, we have Jesse Bates, who started this year off as an 85 overall and is still, without a doubt, one of the best safeties in the entire NFL. But he got that 85 overall for having 109 total tackles, a forced fumble, and also 3 interceptions. So he had a really good season. I think he's going to come down to an 84 because his tackles went down from 109 to only 88. He didn't have a forced fumble, and he only had 1 interception, whereas he's had 3 every single other year of his career. So I think he's just going to be -1 to 84. Then we move on to Derwyn James, and personally, I absolutely love Derwyn James. He ended up putting up a career high in total tackles with 118 total tackles. He also had 2 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 2 interceptions. Without a doubt, the best numbers of his career. And for that, I think he's going to get a decent jump here at 82 up to an 84. And to be honest, I may even have him too low. They may make him like 85. Up next, we have Quandre Diggs. And Diggs last season had only 64 total tackles with no forced fumbles, 5 interceptions, and he was an 80 overall. This year, he put up 30 more total tackles up to 94 and when it came to interceptions, he had 5 as well. But 5 interceptions this year tied him for 4th in the league with a lot of other players. But I do think he's going to get a nice jump because of the total tackles, having another year of consistency, and he just was a really, really good coverage safety. I think he gets a good jump here from 80 to 84. By the way, you guys are going to notice there's going to be a lot of like 84, 85 overall safety since I am combining free safety and strong safety here. But next up, we have Micah Hyde. Now, Micah Hyde in 2020 had 70 total tackles. He had no sacks, no forced fumbles, no fumble recoveries, and 1 interception. This year, he took it to another level with 74 total tackles, a sack, a forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, 5 interceptions, and 1 of those being a TD. So Micah Hyde, he's going to go from an 82 to an 84. Harrison Smith in 2020, guys, had 89 total tackles, and then he also had 5 interceptions. For that, they only gave him an 84 overall. But in 2021, he did post a career high in tackles with 114 total tackles and had 3 sacks. But his interceptions dropped a lot, from 5 all the way down to 1. So with that being said, I don't think he moves. I think he stays at 84. Next up, we have my personal favorite safety in the NFL. I have just always been a huge fan of Honey Badger. Absolutely love Tyrann Mathieu. Now, in 2020, he had 62 total tackles and 6 interceptions. This past year, he had 76 total tackles, added a sack, and his interceptions numbers dropped from 6 to 3. So for that, I think he's going to come down slightly, still be one of the best safeties though in the game, to an 85. And joining him at 85 overall, I think is going to be Jordan Poyer. So yes, Micah Hyde up to an 84, Jordan Poyer up to an 85. Now, Poyer had 93 total tackles this year with 3 sacks, and he also posted 5 interceptions. I will say his tackle numbers did come down quite a bit from the year previous. We had 124 total, down to 93. But I think having an additional sack and also having 5 interceptions there, which again ties him for 4th in the league, he gets that nice jump up to an 85 overall. I think he's going to be just ahead of his teammate Micah Hyde. Not only did Minkah Fitzpatrick get a new and improved contract this offseason, but I think he's going to get a new and improved 85 overall to start off the year in a Madden 23. Honestly, wouldn't be shocked if he's even 86 because he had a really good season. By far, career high in total tackles with 124, and he also ended up having 2 interceptions as well. So I do think he's going to go up because of how many more tackles he had from the previous year. He had like 40 more tackles. I think he goes up to an 85. Now, Budda Baker this year had 98 total tackles, 2 sacks, and he also had a fumble recovery with 3 interceptions. So his tackle numbers came down by 20, but he did add in another interception there and also had a fumble recovery. So to be honest, I think he just stays at 85. And getting a nice jump this year, I think, will be Kevin Byard, who started off the year as an 81 overall, and pretty much anywhere that you look, if you look up the best coverage safeties, pretty much everywhere is ranking Kevin Byard as potentially the best coverage safety in the entire NFL. He had 88 total tackles, a sack, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, and 5 interceptions. So I think Byard goes from an 81 all the way up to an 85. And staying at an 86 overall, I think will be the highest overall safety with Justin Simmons. His numbers this year, he had 80 total tackles, he had 1.5 sacks, and 5 interceptions. So really not a big change from his previous year where he had 96 tackles. He did come down 16 tackles, but he added in 1.5 sacks and had the same amount of interceptions. So to be honest, I think he just stays right here, 86. And with that being said, those are my core elite safety predictions. Free safety and strong safety, I think we will see probably quite a few more safeties than this. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, make sure you guys drop a like in the video. And of course, hit that sub button down below. And let me know who else you think we will see as a base elite safety in Madden 23. I'll see you guys next time.